Last concur, I welcome the opportunity to speak in this lively debate. It's something that we brought to the agenda of the Assembly in the last term, and it is good to see nearly cross-party support across the chambers for the reduction in the voting age. Because, a 16-year-old can conceivably marry. They can get married. They can make the decision to spend the rest of their lives with a person. They can engage in sexual relations. They can have children. But according to the DUP and according to others, they cannot decide who is the best party to vote for and what you include in your blue bin. So there's an imbalance here, and that needs to be addressed because young people are mature and parties across this chamber recognise that, including the First Minister, the MP for North Antrim and the MP for Lagan Valley. So I think that 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds can demonstrate an adequate level of maturity to vote. Some 16-year-olds I know are more mature than some of the 60-year-olds across the chamber. And that is a fact. So, and the member for East Antrim referred to the fact that turnouts are down, and we need to try and address the issue of less citizen participation in the voting and electoral process, and that is true. Alistair Ross referred to the fact that in terms of the Isle of Man, less than half of those who are allowed to vote between 16 and 18 do not take the opportunity to do that. Well, that is the same across the board in recent years in terms of some of our local elections. And we do need to address the disengagement of youth and help involve them in the democratic process at an early stage, because whereas the voting age, the minimum voting age is 18 years of age, because of how elections are spaced out, some young people are leaving school at the age of 16 after going through citizenship classes and qualifications, and they might not get the opportunity to actually vote until they're 21, which is half a decade later. So that's a huge gap. So whereas we might reduce the voting age to 16, for example, it might be that in that instance the person may not get the opportunity to vote until they're 17 or 18. But you're ensuring that more and more young people are involved in the democratic process. Citizenship is taught at schools, and young people can also join trade unions. They can be a director of a company, but they cannot vote on local matters in terms of this Assembly or in terms of local councils. And I see that the opposer of the motion has finally got some support on the other side of the benches. But the fact of the matter is that the DUP is significantly split on this particular issue. The First Minister, in an early day motion in 2005 and 2006, as Mr Hussey has already referred to, signed a motion in which it said that the time is right to lower the voting age to 16. Well, last concur, I agree with the First Minister. The time is right to lower the age of voting to 16.